Hi friends, it's Janey Backer, and sorry for that little blooper of coming online and then quickly getting off. Apparently I didn't have my camera rotated, and so it just wasn't going to work. So welcome, this is Janey Backer with Inspired Stamping, and it is today, Tuesday, August 31st, for our Stampin' Chat with Janey time. So please leave me a comment, let me know if you're here, and say hello. And I'd love to hear what is your favorite stamp set of the week that you are creating with or that you are planning to create with. I know we all have projects on our to-do list, whether it be birthday cards or invitations or maybe scrapbooking, thank you cards. There's so many things that we can make, but what is at the top of your list that you're hoping to grab next and create with? If you're on replay, then please type replay, and I would love to also know what your stamp set is for your next project. And if you're watching this on the YouTube version, then tell me the same thing. Type replay and what is your current or going to be next project stamp set. It's fun to hear what everybody's interested in and get suggestions from people, because sometimes we haven't even thought about a stamp set that somebody else has at the top of their list. So I am going to flip the camera and get your eyes on my desk. So let's get off the ceiling and down to the desk. All right, so let me make sure I've got everything straight. It's not getting in the clip. There we go. Okay, so here we are on the desk, and I'm going to pop open here to my laptop so I can see comments. Let me make sure I turn off the sound. So, Paper Pumpkin is available for anyone to purchase. You don't have to be a subscriber to purchase it this week, and today's the last day. This is our Hope Box designed by our co-founder Shelly Gardner, and it is a box full of beautiful, beautiful cards. There are 3 designs, and you get 3 of each card design in this kit, and there is this beautiful box that you can decorate and gift to someone. So, sorry, I moved really fast there on the camera. So that's really a cool option. Let me raise this up just a little bit. All right. So, whoops. The mat moves the box, which moves the light, which moves the whole desk. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was just trying to get things lined up better here. So, I can't show you everything because these are going to show up, some of these are going to show up on tonight's blog pop post of alternate designs, so I can't show you all my secrets. All right, but this is one of the cards designed by the Paper Pumpkin crew, and I assembled it just the way that they suggested. Aren't those colors stunning? It's so cheerful and bright. Just a note of hope. Okay, then this card has a huge, exquisite die cut on the front. Where there's hope, there is faith. I think my camera's usually higher up, and so I'm sorry that I keep getting too close to it. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I haven't finished using all of my pieces. The die on that card is punched out of this negative. Isn't that die amazing? So much detail and color and so fun. And then what would you do with this negative if you were creating? It's pretty. So let's see, it has this beautiful bolt of Blackberry Bliss ribbon. Very soft, it can be folded in half if you want it to be narrower than an inch. And really pretty die cuts. course you get your glue dots, your dimensionals, all the adhesive is included. These beautiful envelopes are all designed with beautiful colors and prints. You get your exclusive stamp set that is only from the Paper Pumpkin kit. These are the elements for decorating your box, but you can use them any way you want. More box elements. This kit will be offered globally, so it was created with English, German, and French. More of the sentiment banners that are all pre-printed. So here are some of the other envelopes. These are so pretty. Aren't those colors so pretty? Beautiful watercolor. And then I haven't gotten to this card design. It gets layered with these beautiful prints. So this kit, I was going to show you on my computer, but I already put you in the phone holder. All right, so you can purchase this kit online on the website. The product number is 158541. It is $19 for this kit, and you'll make 9 cards. Or if you like to chop up all the different elements, you could make a lot more cards from this kit if you wanted to go rogue and create all sorts of fun from those pieces. Okay, so let me just check to see if I got anybody hanging out with me yet. Not yet. So I'm sorry I missed you last week. I did have a wonderful few days away with my hubby. We just was refreshing to have some parents' time away. And my daughter started school again. Yesterday was her back to school day. So anyway, the Hope Box, anybody, you don't have to open a subscription account. You don't have to get prepaid codes. You can just use the product number and place that order online, or you can contact me and I can submit it with my order. I usually place an order to close out the end of the month. So it's 158541 for the Hope Box Paper Pumpkin Kit. It is a full kit. So you get all of the elements. Now, let me go back a page. If you have this kit and you just want to get a refill of the consumable elements, then you can do that, and those are $10 each. The refill kit is exclusive to subscribers. So if you're already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get the refill kit. It is product number 159345. And it is $10 for that refill kit, which $10 for 9 cards? Hello, that is amazing. Did I show you, thinking here, did I show you the sequins? Those are all my secret cards. Where's my regular card? So fun. So Sunday night, I met with my team on Zoom and we crafted together. And made cards. Okay, so the sequins, they're pink sequins. Oh, am I in the right space for this camera? Whoops, back on the camera. Aren't those pink sequins beautiful? They are exclusive to your kit. These are not products that you can order online or through our catalog. They're just available with this kit. And those pink sequins are so pretty. What do you think? Is this a winner? Try to think what else. The larger sentiment says, always hope because you never know what tomorrow will bring. Is so sweet and encouraging. So, good to spread hope. All right, we are going to jump into Christmas and plop. Here is a pile of amazing, products. Oh, what's going on with this light? The cords are fighting over their space. Okay. There we go, got the cord arranged. I don't know why these things have to misbehave. They're like children, they misbehave. So we're going to make a Christmas card, and we're going to use this lovely paper. It is called Peaceful Prints, and it features basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, and Sahara sand. It is product number 156628, and this 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack is free during celebration with a $50 product order. And that can be any product that we sell and offer. So there's the reindeer and some argyle, the green print and some snowflakes, some green dots with trees, there's black and red plaid, the black, red, and white snowflakes, and then more black and red, I think this is gingham, with reindeer that match our reindeer punch. And let's see, I think I missed this one. Red and Sahara sand with white diagonal stripes with some beautiful white birch trees on the opposite side. Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, so I am sharing a card that was shared with me by Rhonda Wade. And so we're going to get our paper trimmer to start our project. Okay, let me get my chamois ready. So you're going to use the thick basic white cardstock for your card base. And I always prep the entire sheet at one time. So I'm going to go ahead and score at 4 1/4 inches. That's the halfway mark on the width. And I'm going to slide this camera up just a little higher. Okay, so that's scored at 4 1/4. I'll move my mat over so that we're seeing. Okay, so then you're going to cut at 5 1/2 inches. Just like that. So that is 2 standard card bases. Has a score line right down the center for where it will be folded into a card base. Okay, so for this card, we're going to cut a 3-inch, slice 3 inches off that front flap. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold on the score line. It really makes a big difference to use your bone folder to get a nice crease, especially with our thick cardstock. Okay, so let's do 2 cards today. And then I can use 2 different prints and change it up. All right. So yes, is everybody else got kiddos back to school, off to the great land of education? My daughter would like to have a little more summer, but that's always true. So now You're going to take your piece that's 3 inches wide and cut it down to 4 inches tall. We will be using the 3 by 4 inch piece, but this will be a scrap, so you can set it aside. There we go. And we're going to grab some Real Red cardstock, and this is going to be layered, so it's 3 1/4. Let's see if I've got 3 1/4. It's just a little crooked looking. By 4 1/4. Oh, that's straight enough, and there we go. All right, so I had one. Must have been left from last night, and then we'll go ahead and cut a second. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. There we go. We'll set these aside. While we're cutting, so this is 1 sheet of DSP and it's already 4 inches wide. As you can see, 4 inches wide. We're going to cut it down to 5 1/2. Put that aside. This is going to be 1 card. And let's pick another beautiful print. I'm thinking some snowflakes. There. So go 4 inches. 5 1/2 again. And put this together right there. Well, goodness. Oh, I just lost one of the card fronts. Only on live camera, but actually it happens even not on live camera. I think I'll go ahead and score this so I know where the score line is. This is just another card base. And then cut 3 inches off. Did you see what I did with that? Oh, it's under the other card. Ha. All right, I'm gonna be here making cards all day. Oh, one more thing to cut is our bedazzled paper. So we're going to cut it upside down because it cuts much more nicely this way. 1 inch for 1 card, and 1 inch again by 5 1/2. Oh, flip these up upside down. Line them up with the 5 1/2 inch mark. Oops, slidey. And there we go. We are getting our components for this card all ready. So for this card, we're going to use Sahara sand and Real Red. And this, oops, sorry, Peaceful Dies, Peaceful Deer, and Deer Punch are part of the bundle that coordinate with the DSP, and this is our white glittered organdy ribbon. Let me wrap it on my hand so you can see it a little bit. It has this beautiful glittery flecks in the ribbon. So festive. I think you'll love it. All right, I'm gonna get my blocks laid out and then move this over. Okay, so we are going to get our deer ready. Did you know that our stamp cases now have a back layer with the images of the stamps? So you can attach all your stamps onto those images and quickly see where they go and if you have all the contents for the stamp set. And then we'll need the snowflakes and we need a sentiment. So I think I'm gonna change this up to use "It's the best time of the year." There we go. So I still need to transfer all these over, but I have not gotten there yet. Okay. First, I'm going to stamp my deer onto just some regular basic white cardstock. And so if you're like me, I have a bag of scraps that I pull out for punching and using with different card designs. And so get some of these pieces out. I'm going to stamp 2 deer. So we just tap lightly into our real red ink all around to get a nice uniform layer of ink on that image. And then go ahead and press. Now this has some really pretty script in the sentiment. It says, "Oh, what fun." Ta-da. Now that I look at this, I don't think, oh, I think I might be able to just make it fit. Wow. Well, actually, I'll need that again, so I think I will leave it open. We're going to put this in our punch. If you've not used our punches before, it makes sense to hold it. So yes, you could punch that way, but it makes sense to watch where your placement is and get your deer lined up and then punch. And it always flies somewhere. It is a reindeer, so it's going to fly. Silly humor. Okay, so this is our next reindeer. And sometimes you need a little help, and so you can use your take a pick tool, and you use the sticky side or the pointy side, just something to help shift it around in there. Some people use their scissors. Well, that one is not actually moving for me. And sometimes you take a Post-it to be your handle and you just stick it on that edge, slide it in, and the Post-it gives you the handle you need to line it up, because there is an outline, and so you don't want to get too thick of an outline either direction. All right, that's our little reindeer. Now I'm going to do our card fronts. grab my trusty grid paper because I apparently forgot to bring some back with me from the family room last night. So, Stamparatus grid paper to the rescue. So our school is a charter school, and so we do have a bus schedule, but our bus route, there are 2 bus routes, and they service the entire Treasure Valley, and so the length of time for the bus ride is easily an hour to an hour and a half, with just the bus driver in charge, of course. So I don't put my kid on the bus. We have a carpool with 2 other families. Okay, so there you can see, am I on the camera? I'm so sorry. I'm stamping off the camera. There we go. Carpool, and we each have a set schedule when we drive, which I so appreciate. School parking lots have never been my happy place. I get grumpy. People sometimes are not very gracious or thoughtful. So I'm really grateful that I don't have to be in the school parking lot any more than I have to. So now I'm going to use my Sahara sand with this snowflake and stamp once, and then rotate and stamp off. Ink it up, rotate a bit more, and again, stamp off. And then do one down here, rotate it this direction, and stamp off in the middle there. So you can see I have a pattern of heavy dark ink colors going around my focal point surface. And then rotate, rotate, stamp, stamp, maybe just a little bit more here, and a skosh on that corner. Okay, so I'm leaving the center pretty, well, I might add, I'm going to stamp off my grid paper and then add one in the middle there. This one has enough color to it that I'm happy with that. And then don't forget to close your ink so that you don't stick your arm, your project, your ribbon, all of the above into the middle of your project, of your ink pad. So these are our wonderful snowflakes, and they are a beautiful iridescent pattern. So I'm gonna pull these out. Aren't they beautiful? And then you can use all of this extra paper in the negative section to punch out other images, punches. Or you could cut strips. Any of those things would work. It goes there. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, a pack of these is 24 snowflakes. So pretty. Oh, and the Bedazzled Specialty Paper is 6x6, and it is 8 sheets in a pack. This is another free celebration gift, free with a $50 order, the Bedazzled Specialty Paper. So pretty. The snowflakes are in our mini catalog that is available now until January 3rd, our mini catalog. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere my stamped image onto my red cardstock. And remember, we do glue lightly. Start in the center and then work your way out so that you have more control. If you start in the center, then it's not going to ooze right to the edges. You have better control. Because nobody wants oozy glue or sticky fingers. Inky fingers show we're having fun, but sticky fingers are a headache. All right, so now that we have those in place, we're going to grab the beautiful ribbon and tie right around these. Oh, and typically bows are not a problem for me, but on a live Facebook, sometimes they torment me. There we go. These are my ribbon scissors. We use them just for ribbon. So last night at the demonstrator meeting, I demonstrated how to make this card. And they were all very kind and complimentary. Just fuss around with that little ribbon, get them into place. You do want it a bit lower by your sentiment, so that's good placement. Okay. Oh, you can't hear me. Maybe I'm just not talking very loud. Is this better? I'm so sorry. Thank you, Jody, for mentioning that. I probably was getting into the middle of crafting and just muttering to myself. Let me know if that is better. I think typically I do talk better. All right, so we're wrapping the ribbon and tying the bow on the second card. It's just so thin. There we go. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that I was getting into my muttery, quiet focus. All right, and then sometimes if you tie it too tight, you can just bend your cardstock and that lets it be loose to slide. I like to tie as snug as I can so that I don't have to have floppy ribbon. And then just get that adjusted. Loops and tails the way you want them. There we go. I think this tail is a bit too long. All right, so I'm going to grab my liquid glue again and this, make sure you are looking at the correct side. The iridescent side goes to the front of the card. So now I'm going to just put a dab of glue very lightly and then place my snowflake right flat there onto the card front. Repeat. Just a little spot of glue is all it takes. And then adhere your snowflake right there. Okay, so now we're going to grab our dimensionals for our sweet deer. And we're going to put, these are minis, so they are smaller than our standard ones. And I'm going to put a mini on his head. And then I'm going to go ahead and chop up this layer that goes all around the outside. We just chop that up and we use it. It's just our dimensionals without the shape. And add that here onto his body. Peel all those backings off. I think I'm going to add one more there, so that will work. Our fancy dancing deer. Okay, so I'm going to just center him right onto that snowflake, and he can be prancing as whatever angle you prefer. I think I'm going to try to get my sentiment words kind of straight. So now you can also move your ribbon if you need, because there's a little more space there. There we go. We are getting this put together, and so pretty. This is too long. There we go. Much better. All right, so now we're going to work on our card base. Scissors over there. So that is the focal point that will go on our card fronts. Let's set these over to the side. So our card base flap, I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, Seal Plus. That is what I'm using. Put a strip down the front of this card base flap, and then I might just use my grid, so I've got that grid line, and then I'm going to attach the flap. Oops, right like that, so that I can see a nice straight line. Yeah, it looks like I cut this just 1/8 of an inch, 32nd of an inch too long. So I'm going to trim that off. So that's the first layer. Okay, so let's repeat. Go ahead and put this on the grid. I'm going to also line up my card base with a line there, and use the grid to get that nice and straight. Oh, interesting. Now that one's right on for length. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and put Stampin' Seal onto the back of the glimmer paper, bedazzled paper, and card base. This is going to be the flap of your card front on the card base. So go ahead and line it up on your right up against that fold, and then you're going to press this right into place. And ta-da! It goes just like that, and you can see both sides of that beautiful DSP. So let me repeat. Stampin' Seal Plus right along your bedazzled backside, and the flap. Going to put my DSP lined up on my card base here. Goodness, this is a little bit long, so I'm going to grab my trimmer and give it a haircut. Not sure if my card base got a skosh off, but it needed just a little haircut. Let's see if that does it. Almost. Apparently I'm a 32nd of an inch off. Tell you what, human error, it shows up in a variety of places. But isn't that nice that we could try that out? Oh, sorry for the table shaking, before it was all adhered. So again, you're going to line it up with your card base and along your fold, and then just press that adhesive onto there. Okay. There is your card front. Now, I had some people suggest that I could put a bunny stamp in here. There's just all sorts of things you could do with those beautiful white birches. So there are our card bases. And now we're going to take our focal points and add dimensionals to them. And since I'm already, well, I have my big dimensionals, regular dimensional sizes here. So of course you want one on each corner, and then one in the center there. So that it has a nice pop and doesn't get saggy in the middle. There we go. Okay, so one nice thing about long nails is that I can peel the backs of dimensionals off really well. Can't pick up most things, but I can get dimensionals off. And then this is going to be adhered right onto the center of your card front. So pretty. Isn't it an elegant deer? Have you played with these, with the Peaceful Deer or the Peaceful Prince Designer Series paper? That bedazzled paper has so much pop, and you do cover it up a lot, but oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. The iridescent snowflakes are so pretty. It goes with this beautiful ribbon, the glittered organdy ribbon. I just love how our Stampin' Up! Products coordinate and make such a fun process of putting a project together, and your project is so happy when it's all done. So yes, I could, part of me thinks I need a little bit more snowflakes there. I like how this one has so much snowflake on it, but you can see that it can be light or it can be busy. Sometimes white space is a really good thing, so it's not too busy and overwhelming. So I will post the information for this tutorial in the edited version of the video so that you can make this at home. I hope that this will give you ideas. You can use this with any DSP, because usually we hate to cover up and miss one side of the DSP, and this design lets you showcase both sides of the DSP. And so that's really pretty. I'm really grateful for my friend Rhonda for sharing her design, and I hope that you'll try making this card. So fun. All right, today is the last day of August, and so if you're thinking to get an order in today, I'm always grateful when you use my host code, which is in the, I don't think I got into the comments. I meant to. There we go. Stamp and Chat with Janey in the comments. So I always appreciate when you use the host code. Tomorrow will be the 1st of September, and so I'll launch a new host code for the month of September. And let me know if you have any questions or need help with any of your stamping projects. I'm always happy to help you. And I love to hear from you. So thank you for commenting and saying hello. It's nice to chat with you and get connected. So have a great week. Finish out August with some happy stamping. Get some happy mail into your mailbox and send out some smiles into the world. And I will see you again on Tuesday, live Stamping and Chat with Janey next week, right after Labor Day on Tuesday. Okay, have a great time. Bye-bye.